Europe once represented something powerful: stability, opportunity, a decent life. For decades, millions of people across the world looked at Europe as a place where ordinary people could build a future. Good healthcare, public transport, affordable food, safe streets, work-life balance, a functioning society. But today, something feels different. From the United Kingdom to Germany, from Spain to France, from Italy to the Netherlands, people are asking the same question: how did normal life become so expensive? Rent prices are exploding, food costs keep rising, energy bills are draining bank accounts, young people cannot afford homes, families are struggling to save, and entire generations are beginning to feel financially trapped. This is the cost of Europe, the channel exploring the real economic reality behind modern European life. And today, we're asking one huge question: is Europe becoming too expensive to live in? Because for many people, this no longer feels like a temporary crisis. It feels like the new normal. The strange thing is, Europe still looks beautiful from the outside. Tourists still fill the streets of Paris. Beach clubs are packed in Ibiza. Luxury stores are full in Milan. Coffee shops overflow in Amsterdam. But behind the postcard image, millions of ordinary people are quietly struggling financially, and the pressure is growing. For many Europeans, the biggest shock is not luxury becoming expensive, it's basic life becoming expensive. The essentials, the things people once took for granted: groceries, electricity, heating, fuel, public transport, internet bills, rent. The simple cost of existing now feels heavy. In some countries, supermarket prices increased so fast, people genuinely noticed it week by week. A basket of groceries that once felt manageable suddenly became stressful. People started switching brands, buying less, skipping treats, cutting small pleasures. Not because they wanted to save for luxury, but because they were trying to survive comfortably. And perhaps the hardest part is this: once prices rise, they rarely go back down. People simply adapt to a more expensive reality. A reality where every purchase requires thought, where nights out become rarer, where savings disappear, where people constantly check their bank balance before buying simple things. And it's affecting almost everyone: students, workers, parents, retirees, small business owners, even middle-class families who once felt secure. For years, Europe built its identity around balance, the idea that ordinary people could still enjoy life. But now, many people feel like they are working harder while getting less in return. And nowhere is this more obvious than housing. Housing may be the biggest financial issue facing Europe today. In city after city, rent prices have reached levels that once seemed unbelievable. Young professionals are sharing apartments into their 30s. Families are moving further away from city centers because they simply cannot afford to live near their jobs anymore. Some workers commute for hours every single day just to make life financially possible. And in many famous European cities, locals increasingly feel priced out of their own communities. In places like Lisbon, Barcelona, Amsterdam, and Dublin, housing prices have become a serious source of frustration. Tourism plays a role, short-term rentals play a role, foreign investment plays a role, lack of housing supply plays a role. But whatever the reason, the result is the same. Millions of people now feel that owning a home is drifting further and further away. For younger generations especially, this changes everything. People delay marriage, delay children, delay stability, delay dreams. Because financial uncertainty changes how people live. And perhaps the most dangerous thing is not just the financial pressure itself, it's the emotional exhaustion that comes with it, the mere predicament of a Mishagri construction cycle. Across Europe, many people are mentally tired. Tired of worrying about money, tired of bills, tired of uncertainty, tired of feeling like life is becoming harder every year. Even people with decent jobs often feel unstable now. A salary that once felt comfortable suddenly feels average. And social media only increases the pressure. Online, everyone appears successful. Luxury holidays, perfect apartments, designer clothes, expensive restaurants, beautiful lifestyles. But behind the screen, many people are struggling privately with debt, anxiety, and stress. Modern Europe has created a strange contradiction. People are more connected than ever before. Yet financially, many feel more insecure than ever before. And then there's tourism, one of Europe's greatest industries. Tourism brings jobs, money, investment, business growth. But in some cities, locals are beginning to ask whether tourism is changing daily life too aggressively. In popular destinations, short-term holiday rentals can become more profitable than housing local residents. That pushes rent higher, neighborhoods change, prices increase, and eventually some locals begin to feel like strangers in their own cities. In parts of Spain, Italy, and Portugal, protests against over-tourism have started appearing more frequently, not because people hate visitors, but because many fear losing affordable living completely. This is becoming one of Europe's biggest modern questions. How do you balance economic growth with quality of life? Because a city that only works for wealthy tourists eventually stops working for ordinary people. Still, despite all of this, Europe remains full of opportunity. There are still affordable towns, still strong communities, still people building businesses, still creators finding new ways to earn online, still families helping each other survive difficult times. And many Europeans are beginning to rethink what success actually means. Maybe success is no longer luxury. Maybe success is peace, a stable home, affordable rent, time with family, less stress, more freedom, a slower life. Because right now, millions of people are realizing something important. Money affects almost every part of life. Where you live, how you think, what opportunities you have, what future you can build. And if the cost of living continues rising faster than people's ability to earn, Europe itself begins to change. This channel will explore all of it: the hidden struggles, the real numbers, the human stories, the economic pressure shaping modern Europe. Because behind every statistic is a real person trying to survive modern life. This is only the beginning. Welcome to the Cost of Europe.